you'll see a little red button. All right, so we're recording now. So welcome everybody again to Kindergarten Roundup here at Cypress Trails. We just had Mrs. Sacco introduce herself. She's our team leader. You'll hear from her a little bit later. But I want to introduce myself. I'm Bruce Salter, the principal. This is my third year here at Cypress Trails, but I started my career teaching at Royal Palm Beach Elementary School. And then I was an assistant principal at Seminole Trails Elementary School. And now I'm back here in the village of Royal Palm Beach. I live here with my family, and I just, am so invested in our community and believe very strongly that, our neighborhood schools need to be strong and a safe, positive, enriching place for all of our students. And so I'm very happy to have you today. And overall, the theme today is going to be to just give you a glimpse and share information with you. So that you, are feeling confident that, this is going to be a great place for your child to, start their school career and continue growing with us. One theme that you are going to hear today is just, how much of a family environment we have. And so just looking at the screen right now and the people that you'll hear from today, almost every single teacher that you'll hear from today has a child here at Cypress Trails, including myself next year. My son will be a kindergartner, so he'll be joining your children here next year. Mrs. Hall, our assistant principal, who you'll meet in just a second, her daughter's a kindergartner this year. Miss Sacco just mentioned her son's a kindergartner, and other teachers today. In total, we have about 10 students on campus who are teachers' kids or administration's children. So that's a big positive sign that, if so many teachers, including the assistant principal and I, have our own children here, then that this is a great place for your child to be. And we are just so proud to have our own children here, and we can't wait to meet yours. So I'm going to hand it over to Mrs. Hall, our assistant principal, to introduce herself.
Good morning. My name is Lauren Hall. I'm the assistant principal here at Cypress Trails. I have been here for 4 years and love it. As Mr. Salter said, I bring my own child here, and we do travel a good 30 minutes to get here. So she could be in her home school, but I couldn't imagine her anywhere else but being a Cypress Trails Lion. And I'm so excited to welcome your child into our family and to be part of our pride. And we will get to know each other very well over their school career. So welcome, and get ready to hear some wonderful things about our school.
So one thing we want to do first before we hand it over to Mrs. Sacco is we just want to give you your first glimpse into our school. If you haven't had the chance to yet to explore our Facebook page or our school website, please do so. But we want to show you, a brief video that highlights some of the great things at our school. Now, this video was made, pre-COVID-19, so you won't see masks and things like that. But we have tried our hardest this year to embody all of the same type of activities and positive climate that you'll see in this video. And then when Mrs. Sacco does her presentation in a few minutes, you will get to see, some of the great things that our children have been doing this year. Despite, COVID-19 and protocols that we have on campus, that's not stopping, us from providing, those same enrichments for our children. So let me share with you all a brief video to kind of give you your first glimpse into our awesome school.
Welcome to Cypress Trails Elementary School in Royal Palm Beach. Students sing loud and proud their love for this school. Cypress Trails Elementary is home to an E-STEM choice program. E-STEM stands for Environmental, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. Anyone in Palm Beach County can apply for the program and participate in the eSTEM curriculum.
Let's be creative and see what you can design.
The program features hands-on activities with real-world applications. Students get to work with 3D computers. STEM topics are integrated into all aspects of learning, including reading, writing, and social studies. They also go on STEM-related field trips to Lion Country Safari and MacArthur Beach State Park.
The kids are learning, they're excited about learning, and it makes it very personal for us. It's very rewarding to see them interacting and engaging.
At Cypress Trails Elementary, there is an emphasis on maximizing instructional resources. The school has hired additional reading and math resource teachers and tutors to give students small group instruction to ensure success. Technology is a key component to the work inside Cypress Trails Elementary. Students complete many of their projects on laptops. The school also utilizes core knowledge language arts. Teachers infuse science and social studies into the language arts curriculum. These first graders hold up paddles to answer questions about American history. The programs are great, but a key reason for the success, the staff.
The teachers here go above and beyond for their students.
In addition to the academic achievement, the school is proud of their participation of parents, from family game night to movie night. The All Pro Dads program provides fathers quality time with their children at a monthly breakfast.
And we talk about things like integrity, honesty, and just being an upstanding student.
The school also promotes well-rounded students. Cypress Trails Elementary celebrates the arts. The Singing Lions Chorus performs in school and at events in the community.
Down now!
Cypress Trails also has a talented step team. They work hard to get in sync. Whether it's academics or outside activities, these Lions really show their school spirit.
Cypress Trails Elementary School! Bye!
I'm Rick Blackwell for the School District of Palm Beach County, your best choice.
So that was a great glimpse into, just a variety of the things that our school provides. Sorry about the echo in the beginning. Hopefully you were still able to get a sense of that. So at this time, I'm going to hand it over to Mrs. Sacco for our presentation. And then after that, you will hear from some of our staff members that will share with you some brief information about, the different programs that they represent at our school. And then at the end, we'll have our Q&A session. So don't forget, like I mentioned, up at the top, you'll see a little triangle, square, and circle. In there, you'll see Q&A, and that's where you can post questions at any time. You could also post them in the chat box, which is like that little dialogue box, or just at the end, you'll be welcome to unmute and ask your question. So at this time, it's all yours, Mrs. Sacco.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Salter. Again, my name is Audrey Sacco, and I'm the team leader this year for kindergarten. And we just welcome you to our school. Our first slide that we have today is just a little information about our current kindergarten teachers.
Good evening. Welcome to Cypress Trails Elementary School. My name is Angelita Brown. I have been teaching here at Cypress Trails for 31 years, and 25 of them have been in kindergarten. I welcome you here with my team.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Andrea Dupre, and I have been at Cypress Trails Elementary for 5 years, and I have been teaching kindergarten for 4.
Hi, everybody. My name is Amy Fleckner. I've been at Cypress Trails for 3 years now, and I've been teaching kindergarten for 12 years. So I look forward to meeting all of you and working together and building a nice relationship for our children. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sharon Robinson. and I have been teaching for about 36 years, and 15 of them at Cypress Trails Elementary. I have taught high school, middle school, and now I am at elementary school. And I welcome you all to kindergarten. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, everybody. My name is Audrey Sacco. I've been teaching for 10 years, and 7 of those years have been in kindergarten. And I've been at Cypress Trails for about 5 years. And we are so excited to welcome all of our brand new lion cubs into our pride. See you soon. Okay, so that was just a little introduction from our current kindergarten teachers. And now for some hopefully some helpful information about what your child needs to be in order to be ready for kindergarten. So our kindergarten schedule, not in this order, but these are the items that we have on our schedule. We have morning meeting, which includes our social emotional learning. We have a 120-minute reading block that includes our whole group instruction, guided reading, shared reading, writing, small group instruction, and independent practice. We have our mathematics block. We have our science, which is infused with our STEM. That's science, technology, engineering, and math. And we also infuse a little bit of arts in there as well. We also have social studies, writing, fine arts, and recess, of course, the kids' favorite. All right, some Cypress Trails expectations. When we are outside of our classroom, we are walking in a pause line. It stands for person behind person, eyes forward, walking silently. Of course, we follow the golden rule. We always want to treat others the way we want to be treated, especially keeping our hands and feet to ourselves, and most importantly, to be safe, respectful, and responsible. All right, and now I'll turn it over to administration to touch briefly on our dress code.
Thank you, Mrs. Sacco. So one thing that we want to do at Cypress Trails is to ensure that our students are ready for school each day. And so having a dress code is important so that our students know that coming to school is different than the way they dress on a normal day. Just like in our professional lives, we dress differently. But we're very, very conscious of not putting a major burden on you to have to purchase a specific uniform or follow a strict dress code. So over the years, we've kind of evolved, and one of the things that we really want to do is try to provide you with that flexibility. So you'll notice for the tops, it can be any solid colored t-shirt or polo shirt. No logos or emblems that are really big and stand out, but we want to provide our children with that flexibility. Another thing that you can do is purchase our Cypress Trails t-shirts. We'll have those available right from the beginning of the school year, and you can your children can wear those. So if you just wanted to purchase 5 of those or 10 of those and have your child wear one of those every day, that would definitely be very appropriate. For bottoms, you'll see that on there, and you'll also get a copy of this whenever you register your child. But just some things for you to be thinking about. One thing is that we do allow jeans every day. And that's another thing that we do to try to be flexible. As long as there's no cutoffs or there's no rips or tears in the jeans, that's something that we're very flexible with. For shoes, we always want your children to wear closed-toed, preferably sneakers. Our kindergartners do go outside for recess every day. They will have physical education for one entire week, and they'll rotate with a different fine art every week. And then the last one is jackets and sweatshirts. We are always very flexible. We want our children to be comfortable, so your child can always have a jacket or a sweatshirt available for them. So I'll hand it back over to you, Mrs. Sacco.
Thank you. So right now I'm sure you're wondering, is my child ready for school? Are they going to be scared? Will they make friends in their classes? What does my child need to know when they start? And I know you have a lot of questions. We're always here to help. You can contact us at any time. And so a few things that'll help us prepare for kindergarten is practicing sight words, reading each night for 20 minutes. Have your child practice writing his or her name correctly, letter formation, counting to 20, and practice writing the numbers. This is a resource that will be in your registration packet, and it's just basically the A to Z's of kindergarten readiness. And it includes anything from using the bathroom independently, opening and closing snack and lunch containers. Can your child focus for 5 to 10 minutes in a period? Are they able to listen quietly, use scissors, follow directions? And again, recognizing uppercase, lowercase letters, writing their name, things like that. And another resource that will be in your registration packet, again, is something to work on over the summer. Identifying letters, uppercase, lowercase, it's all here for you. You can make flashcards out of the sight words that are here, and just some more things that'll help you prepare your child for kindergarten. So next we have just a few pictures of our current group of kindergartners enjoying fun activities. This was our pumpkin exploration unit. We had a World Kindness Day, so each child chose a square out in the courtyard and wrote some nice, kind messages to students and staff. Here we have some students with their masks down because they're enjoying their ice cream that they made in a bag. We've been studying Native Americans, and so here are a group of students just showing what they learned about Native American clothing. We are making learning fun with sight word turkeys. We have a wonderful partnership with Lion Country Safari, and here we are having an outreach program virtually. So the students are still able to see animals, learn about them. We also adopt an animal through Lion Country Safari every year. Last year we adopted a giraffe. This year it's been a tortoise. Who knows what next year will be? We're celebrating Groundhog Day with a fun edible activity again and some independent reading. Here we have some team number individual math centers in order to be safe. So you see students practicing their knowledge of team numbers using their own math centers that are just for them. We have a whole unit on plants, making observations, describing the different parts. We are reading about plants. We read fictional and non-fictional stories about plants. And we ate our way around the phases of the moon. So here is a little friend enjoying his Oreo cookies with his mask down at his table, being safe, responsible, and respectful. And I just want to finish my section of the presentation. Here's a listen from some of our current kindergarten students and what they love about kindergarten at Cypress Trails.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and I'm a kindergartner at Cypress Trails Elementary. And what I like about Cypress Trails is my teacher and my friends, because we do games and go noodle, and like we have to guess how many of something is in a jar. And I also like fine arts because we do PE, media, science, and music and art. And I also like the staff because they're really great.
Okay, why do you like Cypress Trails?
Because I like to read. My favorite thing about Cypress Trail is that I get to learn new stuff and see my friends. My favorite thing in Cypress Trail is math, learning games. And
What's your favorite thing about being in Cypress Trails?
the park? No! Why did you say that? Seeing the teachers here that I never met.
Yeah? What's your favorite thing about Cypress Trails?
The play.
The play?
Yeah.
What do you guys like about kindergarten at Cypress Trails?
My favorite thing about Cypress Trails is small reading groups.
Small reading groups.
Books. I love books.
Okay, so I will now turn it over to Ms. Detling, our ESC coordinator.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. That video was so cute, by the way. Thank you, Ms. Sacco. I'm Megan Detling. I'm the ESC coordinator here, so I'll be your contact for anything regarding exceptional student education. You'll see my email address and my phone number right there on the slide. So if you have any questions regarding your child who already has an existing IEP or individual education plan, you can email me or give me a call. Chances are I've already attended, your transition meeting to start here in the fall. Other than that, if you have requests or referrals for gifted or speech testing, just send me an email and we can set that up when we start in the fall. Also, exceptional student education also covers things like language therapy, learning disabilities, or other health impairments. So if you have a question about any of these things, please feel free to send me an email. I can explain what our programs look like in further detail. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm the school counselor here at Cypress Trails Elementary School. Also have my children here, so I'm one of the proud parents to bring our children here and to be a lion. And so I'm Mrs. E. I'm better known as Mrs. E, so if you hear, you probably won't know. And my name is Karina Gypsiaco, but you will know me as Mrs. E. And some of the services that I'm able to provide here at Cypress Trails, we really try to have a comprehensive counseling program. So we provide individual counseling, group counseling, social skills lessons in groups. And this year we've adjusted it to come into their lunches. So we really want to make sure that we're being preventative with our lessons to make sure the kids are learning them before they're having trouble in any social skills. I'm also the 504 plan coordinator. That's if your child needs accommodations for any kind of diagnosis. Also the McKinney-Vento program. So if anyone is having trouble with their housing and they're maybe living with someone else for a time, or they're having to move out of their home, or displaced for any reason, I would be the person to contact for that. I also try to help families get the uniforms and supplies that they need. So if you need any of that, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm also lead for the positive behavioral support team, the Safe School Ambassadors, which we started. This is our second year, and we really enjoy doing that. The facilitator for that. I co-facilitate the All Pro Dads, which you saw in the video, along with Mr. Salter, and family engagement, like family game night. And so we really try to get our families involved. Thank you very much, and we're really looking forward to having your children be part of our wonderful school.
Next, we have our school nurse, Nurse Linda.
I believe Nurse Linda was having trouble getting in because she's on a separate system through the health department than the school. So I'm going to go ahead and just give you a little update for her. Nurse Linda is here. She is on campus all hours that the students are here. She would be your contact if your student takes any medication. If you need them to have anything administered during the day, you can bring in the prescription and the medicine and sign some paperwork, and she would be happy to administer that safely for your child. Her contact number is on the screen. You are welcome to reach out to her directly with any questions or concerns you have. If your child does feel sick during the day, a Nurse Linda would evaluate them, and she always contacts families anytime she sees the student. So she has a great relationship with our families, and feel free to reach out.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ariana Mangual. I'm the ESOL contact and teacher here at Cypress Trails. I support our students as they're learning English as a second language. And if your kids are any of those that are learning a second language at this point or in the upcoming year, please feel free to reach out to me. My email and my phone number are on the screen for you. Also, our school has language facilitators available on campus to assist Spanish-speaking families, and I speak Spanish myself, so please feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Kelly Hindy. I'm the after-school site director at Cypress Trails. I've been here for 24 years. On the screen are a variety of programs that we offer for the students after school. To enroll, you would have to fill out a registration packet and pay the registration fee. If you look on the screen, my phone number is there and my email. However, it's 561-904-9030, and it's kelly.hindy, Kelly.hindy, HINDE, at palmbeachschools.org. If you need any additional information or wish to register, please give me a call, and I can also share summary information with you. We are on campus this year daily from 7 to 6. And if you give me a call back, I can explain that in more detail. Good luck to a wonderful new year.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ariel Harrell, and I'm the data processor here at Cypress Trails, and I am the lucky individual that will get your child registered for a world of exciting learning. As far as registration, it is very important that you provide me with the items that are required, which is a completed registration form, proof of birth, so whether that be a birth certificate, passport, baptismal certificate, any of those three will help and suffice in getting for proof of birth. We do need a copy of their most recent physical and shot record dated after August 10th of last year, and those items must be on the Florida form. So if you're moving here and you say you come from California, you can take that information, have it transferred to a Florida form, as well as 2 proofs of residency. So light bill, cable bill, lease, mortgage, any of those will suffice as far as proof of residency to get your child registered with us. And once we have all of that, we will check you off and get you and your child in the system. That way we can get them slated for a class for August. My contact information is on the screen. You can call me directly at 561-904-9007 or at my email address. I'm here all day working hard to get our students registered and keep them intrigued for a world of learning. So thank you.
So we have an awesome school food service program here at Cypress Trails. Here's some information. Now, these prices were active as of last school year because this school year, due to the FDA, we were able to serve not only free breakfast to all of our students, but also free lunch, along with having a meal service pickup options for families as well. But these were the prices before COVID-19. And so you'll see that breakfast is free every morning. 7:30 is our drop-off time if your child will be a car rider or if there'll be a walker entering campus. It's also when our buses start arriving on campus. So breakfast is free. We do a grab and go system where the children will grab either a cold or hot option for breakfast, and then they eat breakfast in the classroom. We aren't sure yet if next year, lunch will go back to a fee-based system. If it does, then it will roughly be this $2.05 per day. We do strongly encourage every family at our school to apply for free or reduced lunch eligibility. Even if your family doesn't need it, you might qualify through different, circumstances. And we are a Title I school, and so we do receive approximately $140,000 extra a year that we use to support our students in reading interventions through technology, through our partnership with Lion Country Safari. Before COVID-19, we would take an annual field trip to Lion Country Safari. They would come to our campus, and we definitely are going to reinstitute those once it's safe to do so. But your family also would be eligible to take advantage of lunch benefits. So you'll see the reduced price is 40 cents per day, or if your child is eligible for free lunch, then that's something that he or she could take advantage of. Once the school year begins, you'll have the opportunity to apply for that online, or we do have paper copies available. Our school food service manager is Denise Vargas. She's amazing. The cafeteria is her home, and she really works hard to provide every student with the opportunity to come into the cafeteria or in breakfast in the morning and to have a warm greeting and to feel confident. She even does like little sample plates for kids if they're a little hesitant about trying certain types of food. She'll throw in some international foods for students to try. So she really goes above and beyond, her and her staff. So if you do have any questions, you can contact the main office and get connected to her at any time. And Mrs. Sacco, I'll go ahead and let you wrap up, and then we can also put this link in the chat or the Q&A.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us, families. Like Mr. Salter said, please reach out, ask any questions. We will have a question and answer session following this, but we do appreciate you going to our chat box and clicking on a link to give us some valuable feedback on how our presentation was and if it was informative and if you have any suggestions for us. Ms. Hall just put it in the chat box. So you'll see a little box with lines if you don't mind clicking on the evaluation. And again, reach out if you have any questions for us. And we appreciate your time. Thank you. Can't wait to see you in the fall.
So at this time, we are going to take any questions that you have. You have 3 ways that you can ask a question. You could just use the chat box there that you see the link. That is also going to provide us with your email address, which will be extremely valuable for us. We understand that it might take your family a while to register, but we want to keep you updated throughout the rest of this year and this summer. So if you're not registered yet, then we have no way of contacting you. So your email address would be extremely valuable so we can keep in touch with you. Once you do register, then your family will be input into our communication system, and we'll be able to share with you all the great opportunities during the summer and heading into the first day of school, which is slated for August 10th. The other way that you can ask questions is through the little Q&A, and I do see some questions in there already. Awesome. I did put the link to the school calendar for next year. You heard me mention August 10th. That is the first day of school for students. And so that's something to definitely mark on your calendar. But But let's go ahead and start with questions, and then Mrs. Hall and I will also share with you some of the items you'll see on your screen as well. So the first question we have is, how will drop-off go? Do we have the opportunity to drop them off by their class? So that's a good question. Right now, we don't know exactly yet from the school district what protocols we will have in place next year. But one thing that we are considering is your family's need, and really we want to offer you that opportunity to walk your child to class. That was something we did not get to do this year due to COVID-19 when we reopened schools, but is something we're planning for next year. We are most likely going to institute a staggered start, meaning that by your child's last name, your child will come to school for one day, and then be able to have a really small environment to welcome them to school on their first day. That would be the day that we would allow you to walk your child to class. But right now, we're unsure if we're going to be able to do that. We also would be looking to do a meet the teacher, but we're unsure at this time what that would look like. This year we did a drive-through meet the teacher, but maybe this year we would be allowed to do like a separate day just for kindergartners. So we will definitely keep you updated. The school board, that is a hot topic right now. There was a meeting last night, and the school board will continue to analyze, CDC guidelines for protocols on campus, but also visitors, and that's where the walking the children to class. I can tell you though that if we are limited next year, one thing we did this year with great success is we had a very large meet and greet team on the first week of school, especially where we had a lot of the faces that you met today were out at the car loop or at the bus loop, ready to greet our kindergartners. We would have tags to identify them, and we would personally walk them to class and help them, feel comfortable the first day. So even if we can only limit to just one day that you could walk your child to class, maybe their first day, we would have a very positive, welcoming team who would, give your child that individual attention, throughout their first days at our school. Next question is, and I'm going to mark that as answered, so you guys will be able to see which ones have been answered so far. The next question is, when does registration open? It is open now. So we do have, a lot of documents that we need, so you can come by at any time and pick up a registration packet. We're going to have envelopes outside our main office, and you could just drive up, just put on a mask real quick, drive up, grab a envelope that'll have all your documents inside that you'll need, and then you can take those home and then bring them back. When you bring them back, just ring the doorbell. We're going to have a safe way to work with you to make photocopies of your documents and get your child registered. So just, please be mindful of that and wear your mask. But we definitely will be available. Most hours that you could do that would be from like 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. at night, that you could drive by and pick up your packets. And then most hours for registration will be from 7 a.m. to 3 o'clock. We will have summer registration available as well, but we can start registering our children right now. Another note for that is that if you do live within our school zone, then you can register with no hassle at all. If you applied for our choice program and you've accepted in the choice program system, then we can also register you and have you do the choice program contract. If you don't live in our school zone and you did not apply for a choice program, your other option would be controlled open enrollment. And the controlled open enrollment is now open. We are a school because we do have space for additional students. In case you didn't hear us talk, we are a very small school, and we are only about 440 students. And so we love that, and that's what makes our school very special. And you'll find out that we will get to know your child and be able to love him or her with so much extra attention than some other schools maybe that are a lot larger than us. And so We do have space though for extra students, so controlled open enrollment would be a process that you could go on the district website in the career and choice options page and look at that opportunity as well. All right, so I'm going to head over and look at some more questions. It looks like we have some questions in the chat.
Yeah, we have quite a few in the chat. I'll get us started with the first one as you review the rest, Mr. Salter. So I am in charge of our choice program here, which is our STEM program. One great thing about the fact that we are a small school is that we do STEM integration with the entire school. So even if you're attending our school through choice for STEM, it doesn't matter if you live in our boundaries or not, you are getting the STEM program. And there are two programs throughout the district that encompass the same things. One is STEM, which is the science, technology, engineering, and math, and the other is STEAM. And the difference is the A, which is the arts integration. And so that was what we referred to. We are a STEM program. However, we do also incorporate arts. And it's very important for the students to have the arts because our art program really does make a connection with the curriculum. They do a lot of things with lines and shapes, and they make that connection for them. And it's just a really great way for the kids to have a creative outlet when they're doing science projects and different things, because a lot of our students really love the fine arts programs of art and music. So we are able to encompass those into our curriculum. So that's really the only difference between STEM and STEAM, but they are all throughout the curriculum for all of our kids.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Hall. Next question that I see is if your child is currently in VPK at another school, now all you need to do is come and register. I believe, Ms. Harrell, you won't have to complete all of the items on that list, but you will have to provide us with a new registration form, two proofs of address to update those, because that's updated anytime you move to a new school. Ms. Harrell, do you want to share, is there anything in particular someone from another school like VPK might not need?
Yes, so when we get when kids transfer from like a VPK program, if they are turning 5 like right before the school starts, we will need an updated shot and physical, because there is a particular shot that they must acquire when they turn 5. So we will need an updated shot and physical record for kindergarten. Unfortunately, we don't need the proof of birth because it was already provided for them to register for pre-K, but the registration form, 2 proofs of residency, and updated shot and physical will be needed.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Harrell.
You're welcome.
Next question is regarding, if your child is not yet meeting some of those items on the readiness list. Like, for example, if your child can't write their own name yet, that's no problem. We are definitely going to support your child at whatever level they are when they come in. That list that was shared and will also be in the registration welcome packet is just some things that you can work on this summer. But the only requirement for kindergarten is that your child is turning 5 by September 1st. No matter where they are, no matter any type of things that make them unique and special, we are going to welcome them and we are going to support them as much as possible. And so we're excited to welcome your child no matter what. If you just take a look at that list, those are just some things that you could start working on with your child. Mrs. Rossi, I sent you a message back in the chat. Good to have another Rossi Cub coming next year. So the registration packet, I went over that. Yes, you can email Miss Harrell, or you can email any of us at the school, but you could just drive through and pick it up from a table that will be outside the main office. What is the ethnic makeup of the students and teachers percentage-wise? So as a school, we are pretty split, 33% for the 3 major demographics, white, Black, and Hispanic. And so that makes our school very diverse. You probably saw in the pictures, in our school video, we have a very diverse, population. Also, our staff is also very diverse. And you know, we really value that. We believe strongly that our children need to see themselves in our teachers and in our community, and that's important to us. So that's something that we take pride in, and it's something that you'll see. And you know, in general, you know, it really makes our another reason why our school is a special place, because your children will have the opportunity to get to know children from different backgrounds and different cultures. The early drop-off, Miss Hindi will be planning for a before care program for next year. So you can definitely contact her, you know, to get more information about that. The next question is, how do you determine what teacher the students are assigned to? So what we try to do is we try to be sure that your child has at least a small group of children in the class that are at a similar level, so that the teacher can differentiate, especially in reading. So one of the things that we would like to try to do is have a pre-screener this summer. You'll see on the current slide that because school starts, teachers come back on Wednesday, August 4th, we would be aiming to try to do an August 2nd and or 3rd screening opportunity for your child. More information will be coming out. This is all to be determined, but we would like to try to have your child come on campus safely and take just a quick little, you know, test, so that we can try to identify, you know, where are they on the readiness scale, so that we don't have them in a classroom that, let's say they are, you know, at an advanced level and they're the only child in the class who's that high. We want to try to group the students together, not where the whole class is on the same level, but so that they have some peers that are similar in level, so that the teacher can form a small group to really push those students at their level and help support them. We do believe in having classes that are mixed in abilities, but we do want to be sure that children aren't an outlier in their class. And the best way to do that is to try to help identify where your child is before they come in. Next question is, my daughter has a food allergy. How's that handled in the cafeteria? Carries an EpiPen. Can she bring that with her on her backpack? So first thing regarding the allergy, we definitely need to know about that. So please put that on the registration form. And we definitely will be sure that our cafeteria is aware of that. One thing that our cafeteria has is that when a child comes through the line, when the child types in their number, like a warning sign will come up to say like the child's allergy. So our staff who does check out the students after they grab their lunch, that warning sign will come up, and they will be able to check to be sure that that child didn't accidentally take any items. Also, our cafeteria manager, another benefit to being a small school is she gets to know the children in your family very well. So she will speak to you personally. She'll definitely get to know your child and be sure that your child is safe. We also will have our cafeteria supervisors while your children eat lunch, you know, trained and getting to know your child. We have the same staff members for every grade level supervising, so they get to know the children on a more personal basis. The EpiPen is something that you can reach out to our school nurse about our procedures for EpiPens. Nurse Linda will definitely be available to speak with you well in advance of your child's first day here at school. All right. What is the typical class size, teacher-student ratio? So in kindergarten, the state of Florida has a 1:18 teacher-student ratio. We earn teachers based on kindergarten through 3rd grade combined, but kindergarten especially, we really try to keep that ratio at 18. The most that we would go up to would be no more than 20, you know, ideally. But we do try to put a strong emphasis on a smaller class size in kindergarten. And so that's another reason why it's important to try to register your child early. because if your child is registered early, that allows Mrs. Hall and I to know approximately how many children are we going to have. And if we need to make any movements and adjustments to our teachers, we can do that before school starts. And if we get a larger number of kindergartners than anticipated, we can make those moves and anticipate earlier rather than doing it later. So that's another reason to register your child as soon as you can. Okay, I don't see any more questions in the chat. I don't see any more questions in the Q&A. Actually, I do. Let's see. How do you determine which teachers is to? Okay, I answered that already. And then if someone's birthday is in July, wouldn't be due for his vaccinations until July. Would you rather I send in all other registration forms and then update in July with the shot forms? Ms. Harrell, do you want to answer that regarding a child who doesn't turn 5 until July?
Yes, the parents can register. So what will happen if they provide me with whatever the shots that they have now, it would be a whole, so they wouldn't be fully registered. So it's best to just kind of wait till after the child has completed their shots and is updated, because what happens if I put it in, it'll give me a box to say vaccinations not complete and things like that. So it's just best to wait. That way we know everything is in order. We don't have to try to remember who has what and doesn't have what.
All right, thank you, Ms. Harrell. A couple last things, as you'll see on your screen. When your family does register, we'll have a little goodie bag for your family. We believe very strongly in equipping you with resources like you saw in the videos and pictures. We have family game night where we teach you about resources to play games at home with your children. We do a STEM family night. We do a literacy night or a literacy day where you could read with your children in class and learn about strategies. But one thing we believe strongly in is equipping you with what your child will need. So when you do register, you'll get a goodie bag that will have sight word flashcards. It'll have different things like examples of books that are on a kindergarten level so that you'll have an idea of what types of books your child will need to be able to read by the time they leave kindergarten. So we want to equip you with that. Even though we can't do kindergarten roundup in person, today, I can still, on a private basis, give you a school tour. It has to be after school hours because we're very COVID-19, conscious here. And so we don't have any visitors on campus during school hours, but after hours, I would be able to give you a tour. Masks would be required. Please, immediate family only. So really just anyone in your house, but your child would also be welcome. But you would need to call our office at this number here, and it would be anytime between 2:30 and 4 o'clock, but I would be able to give you a private tour. I would have to screen you for COVID-19 questioning and take everyone in your family's temperature before you can come on campus. And like I mentioned, masks would be required. It wouldn't be the same as if, the regular school day, but it would still give you a sense and help prepare your child and your family for, becoming familiar with our school campus. I also wanted to just give you an idea about some things that are to be determined, but depending on the school district policies, these might change. But like I mentioned, we would like to do a kindergarten readiness screener. It would be brief, maybe 15, 20 minutes, and you would bring your child on either one of these days, and you could wait in your car, and we would test them safely, masks on, we would keep distance, but we would be able to assess your child to place them in the correct classroom for this year. What we'll do is we'll send out a sign-up sheet. So that's why it's important to also get your child registered in advance so that we can have your information, but also fill out the Google form you'll see in the chat box. and we'll have you sign up in advance. We also are planning to do a Meet the Teacher. August 10th is the first day of school, but that's a Tuesday. So we would do the Meet the Teacher on the Monday before. We do traditionally do that in the afternoon. So please take note of that. This year we had to do it as a drive-through, but we would like to try to, at least to our kindergarten families, offer some type of safe way for you to come on campus. But just bookmark that date. And then, like I mentioned, a staggered start by last name. We would do that on August 10th, 11th, and 12th. So kind of split the alphabet into thirds, starting with, A to whatever the first third would be, and then the middle third, and then the final third. And then on Friday, August 13th, we would all come together for the first full day of kindergarten. And that would just allow your child to get individual attention. And like I mentioned, we will try to look for a way that we could have your family walk your child to class on their first day. At this time, I will check the boxes one more time to see if we have any more questions. Yes, the registration packets are available. We'll have a table outside for you to pick up, and you can take it home and then bring it back when you're ready. And thank you, Mrs. Hall, for answering that. If there are no other questions at this time, I'm going to stop recording. And I just want to thank you all again for attending today and getting your first glimpse. We're so excited to have your child join us. We are here for any questions that you have. And at this time, thank you. Please be safe. Please take care. And we can't wait to meet your children and your family very soon. Bye-bye.